Thanks for watching. I am Prerna Agarwal, Technical Product Owner for the Guardian. Today we'll be giving you Guardian update of Sprint 14 that lasted from May 30th to June 10th. Just a quick overview of the agenda. We are going to give you an update on the roadmap. We are also going to be reviewing the issues that we tackled in Sprint 14. We are going to give you a demo of the issues that we solved in Sprint 14. Then we are also going to be looking ahead as of week of June 13th, which is Sprint 15. We are going to take a look at what issues that we are going to be tackling in Sprint 15. We are also going to be talking about the upcoming releases. We are also going to be giving you some of the ways that you can submit either bugs or policy requests through various different channels. So just a quick overview of the Guardian roadmap. Again, this is open source, so anyone can see that. All you need to do is install the ZenHub extension in Chrome. And when you travel to the Guardian GitHub repo, you will be able to see a tab to quickly open that up and see what's going on there. As you can see, we are still continuing our work on decentralized Guardian. We are also just working on the discoverability of data on root authority. We are working on the multi-policy coverage. We are also working on the community standards and so on and so forth. So just overview about what we covered in Sprint 14. So Sprint 14, we committed to 74 story points and we delivered 66 story points. So these story points covered 611, which is Guardian VC revocation architecture. We have also worked on 896 root authority schema and root authority VC. We have worked on some of the bugs, which is 912, 977. In addition to this, we have also worked on our enhancement of a documentation, which is 964. And so on. Now let's look over our Sprint 14 demo. First ticket, what we'll be looking at is 611, Guardian VC revocation architecture. At present, numerous VCs and VPs issued in the normal Guardian operation are permanent, in a sense that end users have no standard practical way of recalling them or determining if they are still valid or have since been revoked, and no support from the Guardian in doing so. In order to solve this, let's go over to our Guardian. Now, as you can see, I have already imported and published IREC policy. Now let's open the IREC policy, and as you see that we have a registrant application being submitted by the registrant, and it's waiting for the approval by the standard registry. Here I have two options, which is approve and reject by the standard registry. Now let's approve, or you can also view. After viewing the documentation or application being submitted by registrant, let's approve the application. Now, as you can see, standard registry have approved the application of the registrant. You can even see the history by clicking on this downward arrow, and we have added a new tab, new column as history. In order to revoke this, we do have an option of revoke button now. Now, when you revoke, when you click on revoke, you need to enter a reason for the revocation of this particular operation. Now, let me just add a reason. Once I enter and submit the revocation reason, it just takes some time to reload. And as you can see, once I revoke, I get one more entry, but the previous entry gets revoked, and I can see that in my history. So when you revoke, all the consecutive VCs and VPs are revoked. That you can see actually in the trust chain moving forward once you complete your policy and execute it. So that was a short description on the VC revocation architecture. Now, looking at the second ticket, which is 963, reviewing and updating the status. This is more or less related to 611. It's basically whenever there is a change in the status of VC, there is no update in the status currently. So now we just roll over and check all the VCs which is related to the revoked VC, and then all the VCs and VPs are getting updated when the revocation is happening. Looking at the third ticket, which is 896, root authority schema and root authority VC. Since Guardian V2 from Guardian UI, we have no option to enter any data when initialize root authority. Our business solution requires to attach data into root authority for on-chain verification later. I can use profile put method to update VC document with my desired data. And when I view the VC doc return in profile, it has data that I update. However, UI, I'm not sure anything. So this 896 ticket was created and submitted by one of our community. In order to overcome this and solve this, we have added an option in the schemas tab, a new sub tab as system schemas. Initially, we just had a policy schemas. Now, when you click on system schemas, you now have an option to view all the current schemas, system schemas, which are by default. In addition to this, you can also create a new system schema by clicking on the new button. You can enter all the details related to your system schema. And if you want to create it for the standard registry for any other user, you select the respective entry, and then you can create a system schema and click on create. So all these, this description is optional. You can also add fields required with their conditions. Then click on create. Now, as you can see, my created schema, new schema has been added over here. Now, as you can see, you have a new option called active. You have an option of active so that you can activate this and the current standard registry schema will be deactivated. All the default system schemas you will not be able to delete it, but the newly created schemas you can delete it. As you see, the delete icon is enabled and the edit option is also enabled for the created new schemas. So that was a quick overview for 896. The next thing you'll be looking at is 964, which is the demo documentation to be updated. As we have a new functionality of system schemas being implemented, we do not have that included in the existing demo documentation. In order to verify and document this, we have added a brief documentation. When you go there, you can click on schema demo, where you have a complete demo of the system schemas and the policy schemas being included, a step-by-step process where you can have all the different field types discussed and what are the other options of adding and adding the fields as optional or marked, etc. So that was a demo for sprint 14. Now looking ahead, we have sprint 15 coming up. So just highlighting some of the issues that we are going to be uncovering here. The sprint is going to be lasting from June 13 to June 24th. At the moment, we have committed to 73 story points. Just to talk about some of them, we will be looking at 961, adding reason for the rejection. We are also looking at 803, which is, we'll be adding a hello world message for standard registry. We'll be working on 965, units of measure. We'll also be looking at some of the errors and bugs, which is 941 and 778 and so on and so forth. Just to talk about the releases, our last release was on Wednesday, May 18, 2022. Our next release will be on Tuesday, June 28, 2022. There are multiple ways to reach out to us. You can reach out to us on GitHub. You can submit policy requests, enhancements, or if you find some bugs, please go ahead and mention those bugs with us so that we can get our team on it. Also, if you haven't joined our Discord, come and join our conversation. It's at hedera.com/Discord. And when you get there, search for sustainability channel, or feel free to reach out to us directly if you have some policy request by emailing us at info@envisionblockchain.com or by visiting our website, which is www.envisionblockchain.com.